Hello everyone! I bet you've heard a lot about Ukraine, Russia, Crimea, whose bridge constantly under attack, but nothing about the city where this bridge is located. It's not about this, it's all about that. I am Vladislav, I'm glad to see you here on this channel, and today for my review I chose the city of Kerch, which stands at the intersection of two seas, the Black and the Azov Sea. Also, Crimean bridge originates from here. You know, I'm not gonna talk about military actions, hostility, different political issues. I didn't find any corpses for you, damaged equipment. You won't see such stuff on my channel. Only ruins, an ancient Greek city of Penticapeum. You know, as you have probably guessed, it's all about real peaceful life here and a little bit history. You know, the city of Kerch is really fascinating history. It has been inhabited since ancient times. It has seen the rise and fall of various civilizations. So let's get started without further ado. Now I'm on my way to Kerch. I'm driving along the Tavrida highway to Kerch, which was built only a few years ago. You know, which facilitated transport accessibility to all directions of the peninsula. Ahead you can see the white cliffs. It was a significant place for Soviet cinema. Now a balloon festival is being held here. Well, I need to fill up the car and let's check out the gas station here. Okay, I got a local gas station and there is a chain of gas stations called the 10. This is not just a gas station, there is a shop, car washes, several cafes and charging stations for electric cars. You can pump up the wheels for free and buy different stuff. There are about 10 refueling lots, a lot on Little. Amazing cleanliness, no dirt or dust, as if you are in an official vault. And here there are charging stations for cars, so it won't be a problem if you decide to visit Crimea by electric car. And here we have a whole children's motor city, for children who are not too tight in the car and are ready to play them on the playground. There is even a children's gas station, as you can see. Here is a small place for sports, to stretch your bones after the long road. As you can see, there are not many fitness equipment. Modestly, not a gym of course, but suitable for a light workout. And now let's take a look at the gas station and see quickly what is there. There is a store inside this gas station, so there is all sort of stuff, charging, wires, various chemicals, air freshness. In short, everything is for if your child, for example, shits in the car. There are special things for women, maybe for special men, I don't know exactly. There are various drinks here, including cola, but already Russian made. In principle, not a better placement for departed brands. Local lemonades don't measure up to good level. Mineral water is also mainly from local producers. You see all sort of snacks here, even children's toys. Boxes with ice cream. There are coffee machines there. The cost of cup of coffee is from $1 to $1.50. Okay, let's go ahead and see something else. Well, this place is something like local McDonald's. Let's check it out. So, the grass on the walls is almost real. The drinks are $1.20 and the combo is $2.50. Inside, everything is clean, well designed, beautiful. Hamburgers cost about $2.50. Cozy sitting area. Written fast and delicious for you. But unfortunately, I'm not a fan of fast food. French fries for $1.50. In short, for an average of $5, you can eat enough. In the distance, you can see a robot car wash, and here I have no idea what it's for. Well, moving on. So we just looked at the gas station, and I forgot to say about the fuel prices. On average from 60 to 70 cents for the gasoline and diesel. Ahead of us is the city of Kerch, whose population is about 150,000 people. A small port city. This is entrance to the city, and as you can see, is decorated with griffins, which is the symbol of the city. There are everywhere here. As far as I know, this symbol since ancient Greece. The impression of the road around the city is a little bit mixed, you know. It's beautiful and disgusting at the same time. Small streets, roads, maybe like in Italy. I don't know, although I've never been there. But the buildings are very shabby and the road is in a poor condition. Finally I got to one of the embankments, and today it's very hot and a working day. You can see small arbors everywhere here, which are usually filled with people when it's not so hot and they have a day off. Near is the installation of the Crimean bridge that we will visit soon, and also from here you can see the Crimean bridge itself. So here we have sculptures from Soviet cartoons. These were the kindest cartoons that I have ever seen. It was the lion Kerch's first encounter with a turtle, and he was very surprised by the new species he met. Tom and Jerry was a real action movie compared to them. There we have a park with various entertainments. But we are interested in something else. I think you guess what I mean. And right now, you can see small copy. The Crimean bridge is just like pedestrian passage here. And let's have a look a little bit closer. So, the asphalt is laid well, but you can't drive here in a car, and this bridge is intact. As you can see, it's not been shelled. Fountains where children usually run around in their underpants, escaping from the heat. The installation was made as a thank you to the residents for building this bridge. Okay, now let's go to the beach. You know, on the way to the beach, I noticed that something is constantly being built in the city, mostly roads. But in general, it feels like you are sort of in the Soviet Union. You know, in the Soviet Union, the main thing wasn't the result, but the process. Here's a building ahead that looks like a Soviet dormitory. I think that is no longer functioning, so windows are not everywhere. There are tight cranes, and here are the remains of the pleasure boat, which when it sailed, now looks as if it survived a nuclear war. I came to the parking lot of the city beach. People can get here by public transport. You know, the cost of ticket is about 50 cents. People also come in their cars. Parking is absolutely free, and you can see by cars that it's far from Monaco. So here we have a small pavilions, swimming rings so as not to drown in the sea. Different small things. The beach is open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sometimes it seems to me that there is a bazaar in every public place in the Crimea. At least there is definitely a small branch here. Eateries are everywhere. The prices will pleasantly surprise you. Чебуреки, chebureks probably, I don't know how it's in English way. Have you ever tried? Very tasty, and also a legacy of the Soviet era. Looks like the dough in boiling oil with minced meat inside. And there's even a child's room where you can leave the child if he got you. It's not often you'll find this on the beaches. Trampolines, water attractions are empty. There are a few tourists this year. The bridge is constantly under fire. People are a little bit afraid to come here. I've noticed wooden decking to make it convenient to walk on the beach. And the sea itself. The water is clean. There are almost no bodies on the beach. Maybe it's for the best, if you've seen Chinese beaches, where people take turns swimming. As you can see, these scenes are empty. In the tourist season, they are usually all busy. They cost about $10 for the whole day, and only this year you can see such a sad picture. And I am thirsty and ordered kvass. Have you ever tried kvass? It's something like cola, only light fermentation, and without a huge amount of sugar. It costs $1.50. You know, it's something to taste between cola and beer, even probably. Good one. This is a place to change clothes, and you look if the legs stick out, it's busy. If not, you can go and change your clothes. And here people calmly play volleyball for themselves, even two teams. Only the Malibu lifeguards are missing. Today there are no planes or helicopters flying, you can also play volleyball. You know, there are a lot of beautiful, free and simple girls here in Kerch. They are not spoiled and easy to communicate. So, if you are looking for a wife, for example, then feel free to go to Kerch. But I have an appointment for an excursion and need to go or I'll be late. I am in a fortress, but it's not a fortress like you are used to seeing. A little later I'll show you why. It was built in the middle of the 19th century during the Russian-Turkish wars. There is an old Soviet car and a cannon, probably participated in the war. Here we see the layout of the fortress, as it was when it was in operation, and as you can see, most of it's camouflated underground.
Здесь стоит две пушки. В соседнем каземате стоит также две пушки.
Unfortunately,
Собственно,
this
определяется
beautiful
способ,
bridge hasn't
когда
survived to this day,
идут,
and
отправлять в
it's a
сторону
pity.
противника ведро
You see,
противотанковой течи.
there is even some kind of
Однако
heating
нет
and ventilation
внутри
system.
такая
Probably
механика открывает
for that
спускать
century it
воздух
was a
в
very
воздух
modern
для
building.
щиты наступающих. Помимо этого, у пушек довольно хороший разброс. То есть
Here we have the seaside with barracks and
палуба
guns
обладает
for
вентиляцией.
firing
Но в
ships.
данном случае с такими
Before the
боеприпасами
fortress I imagined as
такого
a
защитника в
castles,
космосном пространстве
and here is a
работает
completely
практически
disguised
нереально.
structure,
Данное
and
укрепление
this is
специально разработано
in the
для
19th
и
century.
летит по всей этой линии, по сути, перекрывая ее по ширине.
The
Интересно,
main
что
weapon of the
здесь самый
century,
большой
as in
расположен
Pirates of the Caribbean,
слева, справа небольшие
is
вспомогательные.
a cannonball
Если
resembling a
относительно
bowling
возрастного
ball.
начала
By the way, why there are holes,
стандарт
it's not clear.
обычно
I have never seen such shells for cannons, and my sick fantasy draws
наших
other
реальностей.
images.
Как
And
строилась эта
as you
крепость?
can see, any
Строится
crap that
каменными
fit into the
укреплениями
cannon
крепости
was
бывает
used
сухой
and
крепостной
was
walls.
more or less round. And here is a good location for Hollywood for shooting horror movies. Here is a room where the soldiers washed and cleaned themselves up. Right now, at least there is a light. But before, can you imagine everyone with statues? You could shit yourself out of fear. Here is a gathering place for soldiers where they lined up and listened to commands. In Soviet years, mostly soldiers who committed crimes served here and, in fact, served their sentences here. The feeling when you move around the fortress, to be honest, is creepy. The passages to nowhere. During the Second World War, when the Soviet troops retreated, there were 200 people who covered the retreat and fought their last battle. You know, it's hot outside and it's pretty cool here. The grandmother in front gets scared periodically. It's unclear how much effort and work it took to dig all this. It seems to me that it's impossible without modern technology. How many souls wander at night? It remains a mystery. This tunnel was dug specifically to listen to whether the enemies are digging, and in the case of such, a tunnel was blown up. The passages are like in old monasteries. Here you can see everyday objects of that time. You know, you can't bring any equipment or furniture into such a passage. Yes, and two people at the same time won't fit here. At that time, you see, there was enough, such a narrow space for everything. There were warehouses with weapons. Guns were rolled out along this embankment and attacked the enemy. Right now, of course, everything is in such a state that it hurts to watch. Nature and weather do their job. So it was one of the entrances to the fortress that was still preserved more or less. Once the cavalry of Emperor Nicholas II passed through here, and the soldiers also marched in formation. And here we had stables and warehouse. As you can see, the maximum flare of buildings. There is a rock art. The inhabitants of the fortress left their surnames and names. And here such shelters for guns, where on the top of the fortress you can see also the Crimean bridge. Something is smoking there, most likely exercises. Maybe the protective system has worked, because if something happens, it's usually at night and the sky is clear. I came to the central embankment. There are many bars, attractions, various entertainments. You know, I apologize for the quality of the shooting. I don't have a fucking iPhone, an operator, and special equipment. In short, everything is here by myself. And I'm doing this for the first time in my life, so if something wrong, I'm sorry in advance. Now let's see how sanctions work. See all the brands of cars here. For $2 you can ride a Jeep, Toyota, Lexus and even a Porsche for 5 minutes. Let's look here. Girls are a little bit shy about shooting. Drink from $1 to $3, and food costs about the same. I'm at the center in an amusement park, and there aren't many people today right now because I'm in the middle of a day, and it would be interesting for me to know if you have something like that in your city. You can see here the sign I love Kerch, I love city Kerch, and let me know if you have something similar, because almost every Russian town, village, city has something like that. So here they are trying to launch the kit into space, but he doesn't start. Look at how many jellyfish gathered in one place. I've never seen so many. It's interesting that on the other side of the bridge, at the beach and the fortress, there are not so many of them. Some kind of mystery of nature. I don't know what these things are for, but there are a lot of them around the city. Maybe hiding from the sun. I believe that this again has to do with ancient Greece. There are such channels running through the city. Now we see not much water, almost none. After 2014, Ukraine blocked the access of water from Dnieper River to the Crimea, and there were always problems with water. And once people in these channels even caught fish here. I hope you haven't fallen asleep yet. Now I'm going to the center to show one interesting place. It feels like you sometimes go out of your time. I drove up to one bar here. Look at the wall next to it's painted. Batman is here, the Hobbit, I am Groot. I didn't remember this dude. And here is the bar, the Inca bar. Here you can eat steaks and seafood. See, motorcycles here. I think if the Terminator went to this bar, he would be tired of living on such motorbike. Rock art again. The guys tried hard to create all this. Bill Gates, the founder of Apple, Marilyn Monroe, artist of Soviet cinema, the first Soviet cosmonaut. Right now, I'm gonna drop by to eat some salad. Now I'm in local pub and ordered some food and drink here, and you can see all around here. It's quite good here. This seafood salad cost me about $5. I don't know if it's a lot or a little. The salad turned out to be very tasty. By the way, I forgot to show you something else. Mad Max car. It's a really colorful place. I think you can even get in the face in the evening. I wonder if it's still driving or not. I won't try to get in, otherwise I may still be arrested for trying to steal a junk. Now I am in a small square. You've seen a small rock garden, and there are things like flowers. It looks cool, but the purpose is not clear. It could be done for money laundering. It's a joke, of course. It's well done. They made it so hard to break. Vandal-proof structure. Look, swing with sunshade, everything is clean around, well designed. This small square was founded in 2014 when Crimea joined to Russia. So it says on this stone. Well, I wonder how much the situation with the cleanliness in Europe. Now the cities here are very well cleaned. It's rare to meet garbage or dirt. There is a monument to Saint Luke, who was a doctor during his lifetime. There is a church named in his honor, which was built in the Byzantine era. So, a little later we will stop and look at the building 2000 years ago. Now I'm in the central square and Griffin is here again. At one time, Kerch was part of the Bosporan kingdom. There were many trade routes from Asia, and griffins guarded gold. Some inscriptions in Greek. How do you like the coin? Once there was such a currency here. It's a pity it's not made of gold. You know, I noticed that Greek culture and symbolism dominate everywhere in the city, although Greece has left it for many centuries. What's interesting is that only Kerch from the entire peninsula show its ancient Greek roots. In other cities this is not the case. Perhaps other cultures that have existed here for many centuries have had an impact. And here is something probably like the local Colosseum. And here is a brave warrior who fought with alcohol all night and is now peacefully resting where the battle caught him. Seriously, there are various city holidays, celebrations of significant events, wedding photo shoots, and so on. At the top of the mountain are the remains of the ancient Greek city. Even the toilet, as you can see, with Greek symbols. Inside, I assure you, it's a very Russian. Now let's take a look at the small shopping center called Mega. You know, such a shopping center is a rarity. The prices here are very low. You see, for example, shoes are all about $10 for a pair. In principle, it's not bad. Then some clothes are $3. You know, people here don't really like to shoot, and in shopping malls they sometimes start to resent that I'm shooting something. Maybe they are afraid of possible checks or something else. I don't know. In short, there are a lot of shops with different clothes. A small cafe with nice prices. I think yes, you will not find here luxury brands. Everything is very modest, but clean and pleasant. In comparison with some markets, it's nicer here. Shirts from $5, jackets from $20. I think you don't have such prices. Here is the store, a little more expensive. See, Puma sneakers for about $43. It's sort of luxury here. I went out onto the main pedestrian street. As you can see, people are walking carelessly, and time seems to have stopped a little. Various shops on both sides. I guess there are similar streets in every city. In the evening, it's more lively here. I'm on my way to one of the main attractions here, the foundation of the city. You see the memorial there? I have to climb the stairs to overcome it. Now I'm at the bottom of staircase, and it's almost 100 meters high up. And when I saw it first time, I thought I'd better die. It's so very hot today. See what other gorgeous handsome griffin is standing here. I wonder if there have ever been such creatures in nature, or it's all mysticism. I think if they existed today, people would still be afraid to come out of the caves. So finally I got to observation deck and just strolling around here, and you can see the sea behind me, Crimean bridge there, and probably cargo ships, and I noticed that nothing changed. And also we have memorial here. You can see it right now. You can see the cannons of the Second World War. Bloody battles of Soviet troops with Nazi Germany were going on here. The obelisk is here as an eternal memory of fallen soldiers. Celebrations are held here every year on May 9th. I hope you are not asleep. Next to the obelisk are the remains of the ancient Greek city of Pantikapai. Excavations are still going on here during the day. Various household items of that era are being found. Well, we can now safely inspect everything. You see an ancient arch. It's interesting that it was built so that a cart and horses cannot pass here. Look at this interesting masonry, how the stones were fitted. And then, there was no cement, and it has been preserved to this day. The remains of the foundation have a clear geometric structure. Look there. Some room has been dug up. A staircase is visible. This is how the ancient city looked like when it existed. It's amazing what kind of construction has stood for more than 2000 years. In modern life, it happens usually that a house is built and it falls apart in 2 years. And here, for 2000 years. And now, let's go back and see the church, which is the same age. Here is probably the most ancient temple that I've seen. The exact date of construction is unknown. There are many options from the 1st century AD to the 11th. I immediately remember a computer game about temples and assassins. Now, the church is called St. Luke, who was a healer during his lifetime. As you can see, the temple is in a state of reconstruction. The temple is divided into an old part and a new one. There is an iconostasis here. How many generations of people have seen the walls of this Orthodox church? It's amazing. Here, next to the temple, I found another interesting place. It's like a playground, but with fountains and a shallow pool. But let's go back to the main street and let's take a look at the local Samsung store. Look, it seems that all the current products of this brand are present in this store. Tablets, smartphones are available in all colors and variations. Now let's take a look at the local grocery store called Apple. This is the main chain of stores common on the peninsula. I'm just gonna show you the grocery store of the most sanctioned region of Russia during the hostilities. Ketchups, mayonnaise from different manufacturers. Milk here costs about $1 per liter, berries, fruits, a lot of seasonal, inexpensive fruits. Sausages, pork $4 per kilogram, chicken about $3 per kilogram. The variety of goods is amazing, if only you have money. By the way, toilet paper. Do you recognize brands? Alcohol is also alright. There is everything. For example, martini costs about $11 per bottle. A lot of local and imported wines from $3. On the way back along the road, I decided to stop on one of the streets and show you the dissonance of how people live on the same street. Look at which buildings are not pretty from the outside, although it may not be so bad inside. Plastic windows are standing. But on the contrary, look at the castle of some kind of baron. And there are a lot of such. The middle century style is very popular, and princes probably live there. Okay guys, I hope you haven't fallen asleep, and I'm not talking to a sleeping consciousness. You know, after visiting the city, I have mixed feelings. Somewhere it's very beautiful, clean, neat, and somewhere there are a lot of abandoned and shabby places. The sense of modesty and probably simplicity. There are no show-offs. Crime is absolutely absent. In any area of the city, you can feel completely calm at night or during the day. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to show you all interesting places. There are still many historical places that I didn't tell you about. So it would be interesting for me to open more cities for you, perhaps to reveal some topics you are interested in. Just let me know. If you are interested, subscribe to my channel, put a like, and there is a link to Instagram about traveling to Crimea below the video. Now, let's call it a day. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.